From 14 WFIE, this is Education Matters.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Education Matters. I'm Jennifer Cahill.
And I'm Vince Bertram. On today's show, we're talking about the relationship between the teachers union and school districts with the Evansville Teacher Association President Keith Gamble. We'll also take a look at how teachers union affect teacher recruitment and other issues with recruitment with EVSE's Director of Recruitment, Alada Hajisava.
We really have a great show for you. Collective bargaining and teachers unions have been in the news lately, especially in the Indianapolis State House. Most recently, teachers have been protesting a bill in the Indiana General Assembly that would expand charter schools across the state. The House approved the proposal last week on a 59-37, mostly party line vote, following hours of debate. Republicans say the bill would mean more options for families, while Democrats contend that it will erode funding for traditional schools. The bill would allow charter schools to take use of buildings being underutilized by public schools, and it would divert money from public school transportation funds to charter schools. Indiana currently has 62 charter schools across the state, 2 of which are in Evansville. The bill now goes to the Indiana Senate. And a proposal approved by the State Board of Education would affect the fate of third graders and whether or not they can pass on to fourth grade. Governor Daniels is expected to approve this proposal. It would keep third graders from moving on to fourth grade if they cannot yet read and pass a new reading test. The new measure would take effect for students finishing third grade at the end of 2013, and the test would be produced by the same company that produces the I-STEP test. Studies show that approximately 1/3 of third grade students fail the English and language arts portion of the I-STEP each year. And so let's start with the charter bill proposal. It really wouldn't have a lot of effect here in Evansville. Is that correct?
I don't believe so. I don't believe the charter bill legislation is based on the conditions in Evansville. There are many school districts in which school districts are really struggling, and there have been barriers to startups as well as the capital needs of those school districts or those charter schools, as well as transportation. And this bill sets that in motion to create expansion of charter schools. But we're very fortunate in Evansville. We have 2 outstanding charter schools. I'm a proponent of charter schools in many respects, but I believe what we have to look at as a community is how we continue collaborating in meaningful ways to meet the needs of all of our children, whether those children are in charter schools, our public schools, or in our Catholic or private schools. So that collaboration, again, is absolutely critical. But one key example, and something that's called for in this legislation, we recently sold the Howard Rusa building to Joshua Academy for $1. This is exactly what the legislation is calling for across the district, because there are some districts in which vacant buildings are available, but the school districts have refused to allow charter schools to use the facilities.
All right, very good. And then the other bill there was a new way of looking at students passing on from one grade to the next, holding third graders back if they can't read. What do you think about that?
Well, it's a critical issue in the state of Indiana and across the country, particularly as you start looking at the issue of social promotion and the belief that children are simply going to advance based on chronological age. However, what we know about the research and retention is that it doesn't work. That typically when students are behind, they stay behind. They don't get caught up by being retained in one grade. So how we've approached this is to look at children very early, from early childhood education as well as what happens in K through 2 and 3, so that we're meeting those needs and getting intervention to those students as quickly as possible. If children can't read by the end of third grade, the likelihood of their success is greatly diminished.
Okay, so we're hoping that actually doesn't happen and that students in third grade in our district are faced with that issue.
What we don't want is to have students go through third grade and then make a decision there that they can't go on. Those decisions have to be made early on and interventions taking place early.
All right, great. Thank you very much. And coming up after the break, we'll dive into the issue of the often strained relationship between teachers unions and school districts and what that relationship looks like here in Evansville. We'll be right back.
TRU Event Rental Incorporated is a complete event service company locally owned and operated since 1988, providing the tri-state area with professional service and quality equipment for corporate events, convention setups, weddings, backyard parties, and more. To make an appointment, call 812-423-6744 or visit our website. We stake our reputation on your event. Farm Boy Food Services is a family-owned food distributor serving the tri-state for more than 50 years. We stock more than 5,000 products, including fresh and frozen meats, seafood, entrees, produce, dairy products, and much more. Our store hours are Monday through Friday 8 to 6, Saturday 8 to 3. Contact us at 428-8436 or visit our website. Farm Boy, just a little better. TRU Event Rental Incorporated is a complete event service company locally owned and operated since 1988, providing the tri-state area with professional service and quality equipment for corporate events, convention setups, weddings, backyard parties, and more. To make an appointment, call 812-423-6744 or visit our website. We stake our reputation on your event.
Experience one of the greatest oratorios ever written, Haydn's The Creation, presented by your Evansville Philharmonic Orchestra and Chorus for the first time. Go on Haydn's inspiring musical journey through the creation of the world, as depicted in the Bible and Milton's Paradise Lost. The Creation, Saturday, February 19th at 7:30 p.m. at the Victory Theater. Reserve your seats now. Tickets start at just $15. Call 812-425-5050 or order online at evansvillephilharmonic.org.